in the Fleet General chat. And we will be starting with the... we'll actually be starting with Commander Valak giving his log.
All right. First officer's log. The Hadfield has been finishing its systematic scans of this sector when we came upon an unusual discovery. It seems that one of the planets in the system we've approached has structures and an orbiting vessel. Upon further inspection, we discovered that it is a long-lost Federation ship, the USS Castor. The captain decided to take an away team down to the planet, whilst Lieutenant Dezonin and I would search the ship for more clues. Unfortunately, before Dezonin and I were able to board the Castor, a sudden energy spike occurred on the planet, and the away team seemed to have vanished. Taking Kiji along with us, we attempted to retrieve any sort of clues as to what happened to the away team. Unfortunately, we could not find any on the planet, so we're now attempting to power up the Castor to see if there's any evidence of what could have caused this. End luck.
All right. So you, Kiji Jueza, and he'll be just sort of relegated to background for this episode. Zonin are currently standing on the bridge of the Castor, and give me a moment. I have a thing for you that'll hang on. Damn it. I would love it if you could do what I want.
We all love that.
No? Oh yeah, that's... Huh. Weird how those are on the map layer. I don't want those to be on the map layer. I am gonna switch you guys to... not the Hadfield Bridge. Starfield. And I'll throw in the... for now. That'll do for now. So, yeah, you guys are standing on the bridge, and you are standing before this communications terminal where last we left off, this terminal had somehow managed to repair itself.
Yep.
That was most definitely torn apart and strewn all, like, totally gutted when you guys arrived. Now it's all neatly closed up.
Chief Kiji, that terminal was disassembled when we boarded, correct?
Yes, sir. I do believe it was.
Okay. Perhaps we need to make one final examination of the ship. Is anyone else aboard?
You want to scan for life signs?
Yep.
Well,
Go.
we did scan once, sir, on the ship.
Yeah, give me a insight medicine check, difficulty 1.
Oh boy, that's gonna go great.
Actually, you can't do that if you're using your engineering tricorder, but I think you also have a regular tricorder with you. Do you not? If not, Jueza.
I would have a...
Yeah.
Jueza does. That's the trick. Well,
So Jueza.
Yes.
So Jueza, you're gonna have to make an insight medicine difficulty 1 check.
Oh, this is gonna go horribly.
It's difficulty 1, Jueza.
It's gonna go horribly.
But But it's only difficulty 1.
You got it. You got it.
As I'm gonna repeat, but it's only difficulty 1.
First roll of the evening, guys. We got this.
I love when you guys count your chickens
Take
before
threads,
they
by the
hatch.
way.
Oh yes, I will. The obvious answer to that, Joeza, is no.
Sir, I am reading absolutely no life signs. Not one. Not even a partial.
Hmm. Fortunately, that leaves quite a few different options. We'll need to have more detailed scans, potentially figuring out what is going on.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's.
I would recommend that you do the scans, as it's not really my thing, as I kind of pat my rifle.
Well, for now, we'll have to, what's they say, put a pin in it. We shall attempt to retrieve the data we came for and then make our way back to the Hadfield.
Okay. Alright, so what did you want to find here?
Excuse me while I go over my notes.
Don't worry, take your time.
Oh, yes, any clue as to what the people of the planet were doing, and that might lead us to what the away team found down there and possibly experimented with before they disappeared.
Okay, that's a lot.
But yeah, just like the last thing that the people on the planet were doing. And yeah, so.
Okay, you want to find the, like, what you want to find the captain's, logs?
Yeah, basically, yeah. See what the captain's logs of the caster were at the very end. What the hell were they doing on this planet? That obviously we stumbled onto and
Mm-hmm.
our away team disappeared. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Isn't the ship powered down?
No, they managed to get power restored. Barely.
Basic power, yeah.
Like, there's some, it's very low level power.
Yep.
But you do have some power. So you're just gonna try and find the logs, so that'll be, I think, a... Given how you're going about it, I think control engineering difficulty 2? Or maybe insight engineering difficulty 2. You don't get an assist on this, though.
Would computers work?
Yes, totally. You're trying to get into those.
Those nice old computers.
Yeah, trying to get into those old computers. So I'll buy it.
Really?
What'd you
God
get?
damn it. Complication.
I'll take the threat.
Yep. I see that 20 just staring at me. No.
Oh, buddy. So, yeah, and you didn't make the check either. So, yeah, I'm gonna say that, I will give you the fact that, there are certainly a few logs there, but there aren't any logs that, that illuminate things, so to speak. They're all fairly pedestrian. But you note that they actually cut off about maybe half a day before the last log that that you saw on the planet's surface. So you know the contents of this log, but it's super boring, nothing relevant. But you know that it's about half a day before that last log.
I see. Well, unfortunately, I was only able to get some basic information. We'll take it with us and head back to the Hadfield, I suppose. Do a scan of the ship. See if we can with our scanners to see if we can discover what is going on here.
Oh, and
I believe that would be a wise choice, sir.
Oh, and I am gonna, before you go though, Balak, I would like you to make me an Insight Engineering difficulty 2 check.
Got it.
You got it. Valak, not only is it slightly not only does it seem to be in a state of actual repair, that comm system that was torn apart earlier is functioning. What am I? What?
Oh,
What jokes are being made about me? Oh.
Not about you.
Oh. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh. Oh dear. Here, and I'm also going to. You guys.
I'm sorry.
You guys, come
Yeah.
on.
Breathe, girl, breathe.
you can do it. Just anyway.
Here, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna go to objects and tokens. I'm gonna throw the Hadfield out here and do the joopidoo boopidoo boopidoo. Maybe increase it to like that. That looks good. And then I'm gonna, because I think I got this right.
Okay. So if I notice that this communications terminal is active, before we go, I'm just going to go check that out.
Hold on, I'm just doing a thing. There. I think that feels a bit better. Okay. You turn on the terminal and you give it a flick. Give me a Insight Engineering difficulty 2 assisted by this ship's communications engineering, and I actually do think I have a stat block for this ship. Continuing mission. Yeah, I think I've got a thing for it. Yeah.
You did, Jim.
Yes, I do have a space frame for it. Comms 8 and engineering is long range, so I think that's general purpose 2. So it will roll a d20 and it needs a 10 or below. No. So
It didn't fail though.
So give me actually I'm gonna give you a reason engineering difficulty 2, I think.
Oh, reason engineering?
Yep.
Darn it. So,
Okay.
yeah, I got another 20.
Here's how I'm gonna do this. There's something that you can't quite place about this. About what's going on with this communication system. There is one thing you definitely know, though, and I'm spending this complication now. Only the transmitter seems to be working. it seems that whatever's going on here, the receiver has long since felt into complete disrepair beyond the ability to be salvaged. So you could send messages out with this thing, possibly, but you can't receive anything with it.
Okay.
And on that note, however, we are actually going to... Hold on a sec. Or actually, I shouldn't do that. I should have just put that on the GM layer. Oh well. I'll fix that. I'll fix that in a minute. We are jumping back to... Frickin'. I love not having my... I love not being organized at all. There we go. That, can you guys hear that?
We're on the bridge.
Yeah. Okay. You guys have that bridge ambience now. Okay. So, Jacoby, you, Rugon, and the Doctor are currently standing on the quite active bridge of the USS Castor.
I have a log. Did I not need to write that?
Actually, yes, give me that.
Okay, Captain's log supplemental. The fabric of space-time truly is a marvelous thing. However, we're now stuck inside of it. Trapped in a 2251 version of this colony, we currently think we're on the right path to getting ourselves out. It certainly has something to do with this yellow crystal that we found. It's all connected. I'm just hoping that my crew is okay. End log.
Alright, so you are all currently on the bridge of this active, this old 23rd century.
22nd century.
Or
23rd, actually.
it is
2251.
23rd. Hold on, I'm going to GM layer that, and... do this. I think that's right. I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that lines up perfect. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So, we are actually going to jump from you, Commander, to Rugon. You were looking into something last time, weren't you?
Oh, yes. I was trying to do some scans.
For a missing thing.
Yes. I would like you to make me a insight science check assisted by this specific ship's sensors science, which it actually has a 12, which is pretty good. It's by no means the Hadfield, but it's not terrible, and it gets you a success. This is difficulty 2.
Marvelous. Sorry, my browser's just glitching up. I'm trying to get it to do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the thing. It's just I'm trying to get to remember I'm in the thing.
Mm-hmm.
There we
Fun
are.
times.
Yeah, the problem with this ship is I think it only has 2 talents.
Well, it's an old tiny ship. We're good. We understand.
It's scale 2.
Now, inside science, you said yes.
Yes, inside science. You only need 1 success. And you generate a
get a
momentum. Exactly.
There we are.
Let me send you a thing.
You're doing much better than I did.
Yeah. Hang on. There you go.
Interesting, interesting. So that is that would make a lot of sense then. All right. So what Rugan is going to do is before he takes off here,
There
he's going
is.
to.
I'll let you know. There is more information you can get if you use your questions.
Yes. That was what I was going to say. The first thing I was going to say is he's going to keep quiet about this for now because he's still trying to maintain what's it called, disguise, so to speak.
Yes.
Whatever. He's going to use his question to figure out if he can tell exactly what it is that happened.
Okay. So you want to know what the center of this disturbance is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I'll tell you that.
Now, see, from the way you said that, that makes me think that wasn't the question I was supposed to ask.
No. It is a good question. It is a good question. That is actually a really good question. There you go, Rugan. That's your free question.
Right. Not quite what I asked, but close enough.
What did you had asked where it was coming from, right? Where the distortion originated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More or less, I'd asked what it was, but yes.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. As a GM, I'm allowed to give you incomplete information.
Entirely so, which is why I said close enough. So while I'm still here, I'm going to see what I can do to figure out one more thing. I'd probably have to make a roll for it, but I'm going to try and figure out what it was that stranded them here, if I can just gather that from these computers.
Okay, yes. If you want to, you know what? You can definitely try to work it out based on the computer logs and based on what you already know. This will be, given the circumstances and all that you've found out, I'd say Reason Science, difficulty 1. Actually, difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's, I'm going to spend a couple threat for this. So, and we'll see if
Still got
the well, and I want to see if the ship helps out with computer science. It does not.
Okay.
So I'm not going to type this out because it would be a lot. What you've managed to work out, Rugan, is that this system was not always a single star system.
That makes some sense then. Interesting.
What?
There used to be a second star that went supernova, and the process of it going supernova somehow opened an unstable wormhole.
Interesting.
Which proceeded to strand the crews of the two ships, and then when the wormhole vanished, all traces of the sun were gone.
Now, is there anything else I think I might want to find while I'm here? Alright.
If nothing else, before we get to the doctor, I am going to do a thing where I hate it. I wanted to have all the sound effects that I wanted for today, but I just don't, because I was gonna do that really cool whistle.
I can help you out there. Hold on a moment.
Whistle?
You know what I'm talking about, like the bosun's whistle.
Yeah, it's for the
Hold on,
communicators,
just-
right?
I think John has an actual bosun's whistle. Give him a sec.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. And the you see the commander, this human, taps the taps his captain's chair and says, "This is Commander Rodman. What do you have?" And you hear over the intercom, "This is colony leader Sukat. We lost another 4. Really? Yeah, we currently have no idea what are causing these deaths, but the rate is increasing. Instead of being 2 every 6 hours, now it's 4 every 3. We have no idea what's causing this, but if this rate keeps up, we don't know how much longer the colony will last. It is an uncertainty, to be sure. And the doctors have no idea what's causing this. Not a clue, Commander. Trust us. If we learn what is causing these deaths, you will be the first to know." Sukat out. And the comms cut, and the commander just goes, "Oh, God damn it. Damn Vulcan."
Everything okay, Commander?
And he looks at you, Captain, and he says, wait. I don't know you.
Surprise inspection from the ground, sir. I was just sent up by command.
Right, but I know all the command officers. I've never seen you before.
There's a reason why it's called surprise inspection, Commander.
I need you to give me a presence command, and I am spending quite a bit of threat on this because you decided to wear command gold and talk to the commander.
Sure, you're gonna take.
He warned us 3 separate times. He tried to dissuade us so hard from wearing that.
You're gonna take 2 threat back.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to accept.
You
I
will.
am not accepting that threat because I am spending it. I'm spending threat, and I am not accepting any more.
But I need to give you 4 extra dice for myself.
Okay, fine, but I will put it. How much are you giving me?
2.
Okay, I'm putting it back. I'm putting it into the complication range. So complication range 18.
I'm giving myself 1 momentum and 2 threat will give me an additional 2 die.
Yep, and
Complication range of 3, you said.
mm-hmm.
Focus in.
Could I assist?
No. The captain dug himself into this hole.
Focus in diplomacy, gambling, negotiation, hazard aware.
I'm gonna say no to all 3 of those.
Gambling worked for me last time when I was lying.
Yeah, I think I kind of let you get away with that a little bit further than I should have.
This certainly is one hell of a gamble.
Let's
Easy.
Wow.
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 I'm a really good liar, what can I
Absolute
say?
master of bullshit.
Look, I even rolled a 3 on one of those. Come on, man.
Oh man, that hurts. That hurts me. You wound me, sir.
Master and commander of bullshit on the far side of the universe.
That hurt. That hurt me.
I'm just. How?
You're just that good.
I've got the skills to pay the bills.
So, well, I guess they must have. I guess Sukat must have promoted someone without me knowing. He's not supposed to do that, you know.
I know, sir, but clearly there are a lot of things on the ground that you don't know about, like this disease. Mind filling me in on that?
I don't know if it's a disease. We have no idea what it is.
I see. Well, perhaps I think it's best that I take my doctor here and we check it out. Doctor, are you about ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Good. We shall proceed on then. Commander, your ship is performing up to specifications. You're cleared for duty.
All right. Now, as you guys are walking out of the room, Ragan, as you're walking out, you feel sort of a tug at your shoulder, and you see
Yeah.
sitting at the communications station is, this sort of young-looking ensign. He says, excuse me, could you give me a hand with this? Something's not quite right with the comm system here.
Of course.
I
And
need,
Regan's gonna.
I need someone with a eye for the scientific to try to help me work out these frequencies. And he hands you a he reaches down into the drawer beneath him and he pulls out one of those little communicator headpieces, earpieces that they used to wear during the original series.
Ah, yes.
And he hands it over to you, and he says, yeah, help me out here. There's an odd frequency on the subcarrier that I just can't seem to isolate on the receiver.
All right then. Well, I suppose I would need to make a reason. Sorry, just thinking of myself. I was going to say, well, this is most certainly something I could probably take a look at, and I'm going to try to make a roll on that one. I do believe it would be engineering or science, reason or insight. Which one of them?
You want a...
Do I do the thing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I need you to make me a control engineering. This guy will assist you with his... actually, no, I'm sorry. He's going to make a control engineering check. You're going to help with insight science, and the ship will assist with its comms science.
All right. Now, can I use a focus of reverse engineering for this one, figuring out what's wrong with?
I'll allow it.
All right then.
Okay. Ship helps, and this will be a difficulty 3, mind you.
Success.
I'm only taking that first success because this guy is actually the one who's making the roll.
Oops, sorry about that.
Nope, it's fine. I'm just going to take that first success. Oh, wow. That's 4 successes out of the 3
Marvelous.
needed.
Do we get momentum or do you get threat for that?
No. You guys get momentum. That's how I'm rationalizing
Just
this.
the one.
Yep. I sent a message to a person. Say whatever you feel like. Ragan, you hear, because you're the one wearing the headpiece, not the guy standing next to you, because he kind of has his arm inside the terminal, switching things around, and he was having you like listen by ear to try to isolate the frequency. You hear this.
Hello? Away team, is this you? Captain?
Sorry, so that.
Hmm?
That
Oh, is Ragan breaking up?
that's.
I can't hear him.
I think he's either flabbergasted or he's breaking up a bit.
You there, Ragan? Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no, he is breaking up.
He is breaking up.
Oh, wait, you're breaking up. You're going into a tunnel. I can't hear you.
This is the most in-character breakup that's ever happened.
I know, it is.
This
Look,
is. Are you there, Ragan?
Perfect.
Oof. Well, whatever. I will say.
And that was responded to by my Discord immediately crashing.
Oof. So, did you hear any of that, Rugon?
I heard bits and bobs of it.
Okay. Rugon, this is what you hear from the, through your little earpiece you're wearing.
Hello, away team. Is this you, Captain?
Confirmed, yes.
However,
I was going to reply.
However, Valak, you don't hear anything back on the other end. Remember, the receiver is down.
Yep.
That's a very good point. Okay, so from we can get that. And Regan is going to say, I do believe that there is a technical issue with this, a hardware issue, in fact. I may have to bring this with me and repair it directly.
Give me a presence command. Opposed. See if this
Oh, I'm
is...
not very good at that.
Can I overrule that?
Nope, this is Rugon who has to do this. Because he's the one who said it.
But I'm wearing the command gold.
Oh, ouch. He only got one success.
Woof.
Alright, come on, Rogan. I'll give you a
And,
momentum.
Yeah, and don't forget, Rugon, you're the one who's,
Can I use my focus in negotiation?
Sure, I'll allow that.
Wow, I have never gotten to use that.
Why do you have it?
It made sense when I put the character together. I didn't think I'd be the sensors NPC when I built the fucker.
You did great. You're wonderful. That's the way it should work.
You succeed. And he says,
Nice.
he said, well, you seem to know what you're doing. Yeah, feel free, take it. I'll just keep...
Thank you. I shall return it. I shall return it once it's repaired.
Yeah, we've also been having receiver troubles all day. I'm gonna see if I can, muck about with the receiver, but, wouldn't surprise me if this thing breaks down before the end of the week. Anyway, be my guest, and he waves you off.
Best of luck.
Are you going to tell us?
Well, I'm not going to tell you, lads. Right in the middle of the bridge. We got to feck off first.
So are you guys gonna leave the, You guys gonna leave the ship then?
I'm sorry,
I guess.
Yes, take me away from here.
Oh, thank you. Yes, we shall head out of here. Hey guys, guess what? I'm getting phone calls from the future.
Okay, so we cut
Okay,
we cut down to the transporter pad on the surface of the planet.
Well, that was a waste of time.
I wouldn't quite say so. I've gotten some very interesting information, and I do believe we have received a message from the ship through this transceiver.
What are you
From-
saying?
Hang on, Lieutenant. From our ship?
Indeed, Captain. A phone call from the world of tomorrow, as it is.
You're kidding me. That's what got you all giddy?
Indeed, Captain. As it stands, I do believe that, well, judging from what they were saying there, their transceiver is broken down. It may be possible for us to, if we are, well, it may be possible for us to leave some sort of message for them to find in the future, and in fact work with our rest of our crew in some fashion.
I have an idea. The universal language which everyone can understand. Morse.
I would have going to say dance, but that works just as well, Captain.
Well, don't forget,
Well-
you can't. They can't hear anything that you
Yes.
that you tried to transmit.
But, Lieutenant, and here's the idea. We could send a coded message to one of these ship systems in Morse and see if they'll be able to receive. You can still receive calls on this thing, right?
You can, yes. Although, Rugon, you know that that little earpiece won't work off of the ship, but you could potentially jury rig it into your communicator.
I was going to say, couldn't we jury rig a message into our communicators and then leave it somewhere where the away team could find it?
That is not a bad plan at all.
Use
find
that jury
somewhere-
rigging focus.
Let's
no,
find
oh,
somewhere away from public eyes
Oh,
before we start
Oh
to
yes,
jury
you
rig
could. Oh
shit.
yes, you could absolutely jury rig your communicator to leave a message. I'm talking about the little earpiece that Rugon has that lets him hear the ship. It only works on the ship, but you could jury rig your communicator up to it to let you hear the ship, even though you're down here.
We should definitely do that. It might come in handy.
So the question is, where are you guys going to go? Because
Somewhere away from public eyes, if possible. I think I know just engineering.
Captain,
Yes.
people are dying. Don't we have an obligation to help them?
No, doctor. This violates everything that the temporal prime directives. We are not to interfere, no matter how many people are dying, doctor.
But, sir, you know how this colony winds up. It becomes deserted and everyone dies in the end anyway, so what does it matter?
Because if we start to interfere with the thread of history, we're going to change it. And then I'm going to get reamed by Starfleet Command.
Indeed, I'm not sure he's quite high enough to get a commendation instead.
to say nothing of the visits that you'll be paid by the Temporal Affairs Department.
Yep.
The fact that we're here, Doctor, stuck in the past, is a bad enough problem on its own. The least we can do is mitigate the damage by keeping ourselves out of sight and out of mind.
But, sir, we're the first Federation ships to even... Excuse me. We are the first Federation ships to even come back to this system. Nothing would change if all we did was keep the colony alive.
Let me get this straight, Doctor. Your reasoning here is just do it, nobody's gonna know?
Well, no. My reasoning is it wouldn't affect the wider strain of history because this colony is isolated from the rest of the universe.
Oh, that's what you think. Just wait until you step on a bug and I may not even be born yet.
But sir...
Captain, I'd like...
Yes, Lieutenant Rugan.
I was going...
You're breaking up again.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind.
For now, Doctor, we'll keep to ourselves. If the situation proves itself to be perilous to our health as well, then we will act. In no other circumstance will we act. Otherwise, we're all gonna get reamed. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Good. Now let's hightail it over to engineering. Find some private space.
All right. I need all of you to give me a control security check. Difficulty 1.
Control security. Doctor, you got the lowest score, so have a momentum.
And have it right back.
Yeah. Hey, you made it. Come on,
Great.
give it to me.
So yeah, you managed to slip around with no issue. And yeah, you managed to find yourself secreted away in a little spot of in a little bit of engineering. So what are you gonna do?
Right, Lieutenant Rugan. Begin the jury rigging process.
Aye, sir.
What are you gonna try jury rigging? There are a couple things.
Communicator.
Which trick are you trying to pull? The listen to the ship or ready a message?
ready a message in Morse to any of the. I don't know. We're gonna try and send it to one of the ship systems, for instance, like a console up in the bridge, and see if that'll trigger it in real time.
Okay. So that'll be, I'm gonna say, a control engineering difficulty 3 check, because the problem you're gonna run into is somehow rigging the communicator up so that it will stay in a sleep mode for 120 years and not die.
We need a power source. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying it's impossible. No, I'm saying you can do it, but I'm saying that's what makes this difficulty 3, is you've got to find a sufficient enough power source to let this thing sit on
For 120 years. I got you. Okay,
Right.
Rugan, this is all you, baby.
Well, what do we want the message to say?
We hear you.
Okay, I will.
All right then.
Yeah, I was gonna say anything too much more complicated than that, and I would increase the difficulty. I'd say.
We hear you is sufficient.
Yeah, we hear you is a sufficient message.
Yeah, especially if it. Never mind.
No, you said that was a control engineering.
Difficulty
Have-
difficulty
have
3,
a moment.
and I will allow an assist.
Doctor, what's your
Alright.
engineering?
3,
And your control?
10.
You're gonna be assisting. Congrats.
Yay.
That's 1 out of your 3 successes that you need.
Come on, Rugan, baby.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out. I don't suppose quantum mechanics would help with this.
Not in this case.
No, I didn't think so.
Actually, reverse engineering will.
Perfect.
There you go.
then.
That'll work.
All right, then here we go. There we
And
are.
You just do it. Okay. So, am I correct in assuming Valak, Joeza, you're gonna head back to the Hadfield once it's clear that no one is responding to your message?
That is
That
correct.
was the case, yes.
All right. In that case, we are jumping back to the Hadfield's bridge.
Oh my god.
Let me find the hang on. Boy Bridge. Can you hear the bridge ambience?
Mhm.
Okay. Great. Jueza.
That's me.
Actually, first question I have to ask. Jacoby, Rugan, where are you guys leaving this thing?
We are going to leave it. That is a good question. Crew, suggestions.
On the bridge, engineering at Jeffrey's tubes. Somewhere nobody's
On the
gonna
bridge
find
sounds
it.
decent enough. Right behind the captain's chair.
Wait.
Or the commander.
That sounds
That's
like
going
a
to be
bad
found.
idea.
No, are
You
you
want-
are you leaving it on the ship or are you leaving it on the planet's surface? Because you're on the planet's
Yeah.
surface right now.
Okay, we'll leave it on the surface then.
I like the idea of Jeffrey's tubes.
Yeah, Jeffrey's tube sounds like the
Mhm.
best idea.
Okay, ship Jeffrey's tube then. Make it so.
No. Surface tubes.
Okay,
Yeah.
surface Jeffrey's tube then. Make it so.
And plus, you can even have it set so that, and actually, here's what I'll say, because this actually makes a good bit of sense. You've actually managed to rig this thing into the power conduit of the of the Jeffries tube, because you know that this place lights back up again. You know that you
Yeah.
You know that you reactivated the place, and it's
You
powered.
turn the signal back on.
So, Jueza, you're looking at your screen. You're picking up a comm badge. That wasn't there before.
Sir, I'm picking up an active comm badge on the surface.
And I like to think narratively it's like the moment you plug it in.
Sorry, I cut out there. What?
Sir, we're picking up an active comm signal on the surface. What are your orders?
Well, can we beam it up?
Transporter room, lock onto the signal, beam it up.
Okay.
Directly to the bridge.
Alright, that's gonna be a point to point, so difficulty, I think that's difficulty 3 brought down by the ship's sensors to difficulty 2, control engineering, so control engineering, difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's sensors engineering. You want to make that roll, Valak?
Sure.
You can do that from like the engineering terminal.
Yep, and I'm going to assume my focus works.
Yes, it does. And the ship's sensors engineering as well. Okay. Now the ship.
Right, I'm supposed to roll the ship. What do I roll again?
Sensors engineering.
Sure. Ship. Sensors. Engineering.
And I'll make this succeed at cost. You'll succeed at cost. I'm just gonna get a couple threat. So,
Okay.
I'll rule it that way. As Valak, right there on the floor of the bridge, you see a comm badge. Looks very, very old, covered in dust, and it's beeping. And then it pauses for about 5 seconds, and then it repeats.
It's making some strange sounds, sir, as I point the phaser at it. I'm like, I think it's trying to mess with our heads.
Stand down, Chief. Unfortunately, I'm not sure. It might be some sort of malfunction. We'll have to
Yeah.
see
Try
exactly what it is.
try wiping the memory and resetting. Maybe that'll fix it.
Oh no.
Does the future not know Morse code?
You are dealing with a Vulcan and a Bajoran.
Actually,
But isn't it?
well, hold
isn't
on.
it-
Hold on, Jueza. Give me a reason security difficulty 2 check.
You're gonna get a momentum for this.
Oh,
Never mind.
and you
Made
got it.
anyway.
You got it. Jueza. It's not exact, but this does sound kind of similar to some of the percussion codes that Bajoran militants would use back during various conflicts, the Cardassian occupation, the Dominion War. This is kind of reminiscent of that.
You know, sir, now that I listen to it a little more, it kind of reminds me of the old days when I was in the Resistance. You know, people dying all around me. But there was this code we used. It was a percussion code. And it was used because nobody else would recognize it. Perhaps it's some sort of code like that? Perhaps the computer would be able to analyze it to compare it against databases of codes like this.
That is a good idea. Let's see what we can find out.
All right, give me a reason security. Whoever wants to do this, reason security, difficulty 1, assisted by the ship's Computer security.
How's your reason?
My reason is 9. Security 2.
All right, I'll take it then.
I figured.
This time you're gonna take a momentum along with it, so.
It's only difficulty
Okay.
1.
Oh, never mind then. You're not taking that.
Okay, I'm not taking it.
Okay. And see if the ship generates a momentum.
With what again?
Computer security.
Computer security.
Okay. You get a momentum out of that. Jaweza, you see, you let it run through that code once again, and the thing that sticks out to you that definitely makes you think might be a percussion code is that it keeps repeating the same exact pattern. And you let it go through once to the computer, and then after a couple of seconds, a little bit of text appears at the top of the screen, affirmative Morse code, and you get a readout. We hear you.
Who hears us?
Is it not a modern comm badge that's been sitting there for 120 years?
Oh, yeah,
So clearly some timeline stuff doesn't add up here.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yes, they are doing the Star Trek thing of the characters working it out.
Yes, like we have that figured out, but our characters, nah.
Well, I'm just saying the comm badge doesn't line up with the time.
Yes. Oh, yeah, guys, you recognize this clearly as like a comm badge.
Oh, gotcha. So yeah.
This is a comm badge, like the kind that you guys wear on your uniforms.
Okay.
You know, it's really odd. It looks like modern, but it's so old. Is there any way we can date this comm badge?
You could try.
That's the key word there. Our science guy's the one prepping the best.
This would be an insight science, difficulty 2, and I'd let
Wow.
I'll just make this insight science difficulty 2.
It's all you.
Here, have a momentum.
Why, thank you.
Because my science is a 1.
You pull out your engineering tricorder and start running it over it.
Yep, we'll see what we can get. I got it.
Okay. Vlog, based on the circuit degradation within this thing, it's miracle. It's a miracle the circuits in it stood up this long. Testament to Federation engineering. You'd wager that this thing has probably been sitting wherever it was beamed out of for maybe 120 years.
That's remarkable. Somebody had modern technology 120 years ago. This could represent
quite,
a new
Chief.
threat to the Federation.
Not quite, Chief. And you said the message is, we hear you?
Apparently, they're eavesdropping on us.
No, Chief. This... Oh, I hate time travel.
Yes.
Why
I
would
mean-
time travelers want to eavesdrop on us, sir?
Oh, no.
Go to your room.
Oh, wow.
No, don't worry, guys. It's the devil making him stupid. Sorry, no, I mean the Bajoran orb that's making him stupid.
The power race.
The power
There
rays
you
are
go.
making him stupid. So,
Anyway.
so there you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I lost my composure there. It seems we need to patch into the caster's communications within our own system. They were able to hear us, but not the receiver on that ship was damaged.
That's genius. How do you come up with this?
I have to do it almost every day.
I guess practice makes perfect.
Hmm. So, hang on. Hold on a moment. Here's how I'm gonna do this. So you want to try to hook up to the caster's comm system.
Yep, trying to hook it with the Hadfield.
Okay. I am gonna say this will be a control engineering difficulty 3, assisted by the ship's comms engineering.
Okay, could I steal that other momentum?
Yes, you may.
So this will prevent you from having to go back over to the caster.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to have to just talk to them and have nothing but.
Now note, you still won't be able to hear them. Because
Yep,
it's...
But I like our ship.
Yes. And the ship's comms engineering.
Coming up. Comms engineer.
Boom.
Hot damn.
And, oh, that's a nat 1.
Hey. So how much do we generate?
That's a momentum. You get a momentum
Yep,
out of
wait.
this.
We get it back. Yep.
Yeah. You hear a weird sound that you've never heard on the bridge of the Hadfield before. You hear that.
Hmm.
I think it's working, sir.
I've not heard that in a while. All right.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, you got it. Yeah,
Let's
you.
let's see if we can send them back another message. Gonna attempt to now communicate. Just we received your communicator.
Oh, and you can. I mean, you can just talk.
That's what I'm. Yeah, I know, but I don't know if they're gonna hear it. But we'll see.
We're
what
all going to be
happens.
huddled around the communication device, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. By the by, Rugan, the earpiece. Oh wait, you haven't. In the meantime, I need you to make a control engineering difficulty 2 check, and the doctor can assist you to jury rig the communicator to hear the
Alright.
ship.
Here's a momentum
do.
control engineering.
Will revert.
Yeah. I'll say reverse engineering definitely counts here because you're taking apart this old style communicator earpiece.
Can do.
Oh, and you didn't spend that momentum. So,
Oh, I thought you told me to. I didn't hear it.
it's okay. So you get that momentum back because you didn't spend it.
Yay!
So you managed to get it working, and then about 10-15 seconds after you get it finished up, Valak,
We had received your communicator.
Captain, I believe we have success.
We got contact with our crew?
Indeed, sir. They have received the communicator.
Oh, thank God. Right, what
Is
are
it
they
one
saying?
way or two way?
it is
I
one.
think we have one way, Doctor.
You can hear
Indeed, just that.
you can hear them. They can't hear you.
Right, what are they saying, Lieutenant?
Yeah, Valak, continue.
Literally just that, sir. They have received our communication and nothing more.
Oh, is that all you say, Valak?
So far, yeah.
Okay.
Nonsense.
And so begins the slow dance.
Right. Doctor, the only lead we currently have is that disease, so fine. But no acting upon it. We are merely observing.
Yes, sir.
Good. Let's head over to the med bay then. It's time for a surprise inspection.
Indeed,
Pretend
sir.
like you're busy.
So are you all going over there?
Yes.
Okay, so that means you're gonna
It
have
might be. It might be a good idea to hide for Rugan, just because the more people he runs into with his funky little head, the more people might recognize it.
Yeah, but
Especially the
you're in a
doctors who are
scarf,
actually looking for morphology.
not to
You're in a
mention
scarf.
not to mention this little setup you got here with the communicator. I'm gonna spend 2 threat is not exactly portable.
Okay.
Yep.
Ragan, stay here. Be our mobile communications device. Who gave
Aye,
up their
sir.
comm badge, by the way?
Well,
Yeah.
probably Rugan, because he's sitting with it, isn't
Right, Doctor, give Rugan your comm badge.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, you've used 2 comm badges now.
Did we? So we only got the one.
Yeah, because there's the comm badge that's currently half gutted on the table in front of you, that's performing the function of letting you hear the caster's reception, and then there's the one that you've currently left plugged into Jeffrey's tube somewhere else in
Yes,
the
we did
engineering
say
building.
we were doing that thing. We did say we were doing.
And you guys need to leave it there for it to be found.
Rugan, here's what you're gonna do. If there is an important announcement over the radio from our team back in the future, I want you to make a PA announcement in the medical hall where we will be for the time being. If we move from the medical hall, we will go and visit you first. Make sure it's a decent PA announcement, like what's my rank? God dang it, Lieutenant Commander Jacoby, to go and visit the engineering room, and I'll show up, okay? And then you can pass the message along.
Aye, sir.
Good.
Oh,
See if
and
you can tune in the meantime. See if you can tune into the frequency of the PA system.
Indeed, sir. Same star time, same star channel.
Right. And so you and the doctor are going to head off towards medical. I need you both to make me a control security check. Oh, and I forgot. Jacoby, you're acting at +1 complication.
Okay.
Because
For control security.
yeah, because this is your don't want to get noticed check. Oh, and you generate momentum, doctor.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
I'll spend the momentum for myself. Control security. No, dang it. Why am I rolling the ship? Control security. Mother of God!
Oh,
Double net 20s! If I was playing D&D, this would be a grand success.
You know,
Oh.
in the back of my head, I was thinking this was a bad idea.
Yeah. Do you
Out
have
the
any
front of my mouth face, I was
determinations?
saying this is a bad idea.
Determination? I'm not gonna spend a determination on this.
So
I
you
think
want
you
to
might
get
wanna.
caught?
Oh man,
No, I'm not spending. You throw whatever you want at me. I'm ready.
Okay, well,
Oh God.
well, that first complication I'm gonna turn into 2 threat. Actually, no, you know what? I am going to leave you in suspense because guess what? I'm taking 4 threat.
Okay. I'll work with that.
So that means no one noticed us.
Because here's the thing.
I still succeeded. It's just that I rolled with complications with it.
Yeah, because he rolled 2 complications, and honestly, I'd rather take threat. Because I often use threat to just do things. So,
Because you know that I can bullshit my way out of whatever you toss at me, right?
I like to spend my threat rather liberally when I do. So
Yep. It's just gonna matter when you're trying to communicate with us or something. You know.
yeah, so it's good to have a pool. So yeah, you guys managed to get to the medical facilities, and yeah, doctor, you're seeing equipment racked up around here that you haven't seen except in simulations in your academy days. Like, you've seen museum pieces, but that's about it.
Sir,
Yes, Doctor?
look at how ancient this equipment is. No wonder these people couldn't save them. They're practically in the Stone Age.
I know, Doctor, but you have to realize the time that we're in. This is 100 years ago now. Remember, we are here only to observe, not to act.
What did they say?
Now, let's put our masks on and see what there is to see.
Okay, wait, Doctor, do you know the bit? Are you familiar with the bit that McCoy did in the one of the Star Trek movies with penicillin?
Oh, it's great.
I am not.
They're back during the 1970s. They're in a hospital, and this woman goes up to Dr. McCoy, the doctor of the Enterprise, and she says like, "Sir, can you help me administer my penicillin?" And he goes, "Penicillin? What is this? The Middle Ages? Here, take this." And he hands her like a pill. And then a couple minutes later, you see her like being wheeled out of the hospital, saying, "That man gave me a pill, and I grew a new kidney."
I know, it's great. It's one of my favorite bits.
Look, they got to do that because they were badasses. We're not gonna get forgiven if we do something like this.
So that's I had to explain that bit to you.
Okay. Would it be possible for me, Captain, start snooping around on my
To start, what now?
to start snooping around on my own?
Yes, but if I catch you doing anything which involves us in this whole matter, it's your head, Doctor. I'm gonna be speaking over to the chief surgeon if I can. You go and snoop.
Understood, sir.
All right. So, Captain's gonna go to the chief surgeon, and the doctor's gonna go and snoop. And to clarify, Captain, I referred to you as a commander earlier because you said you were a lieutenant commander. So
You always get that wrong. Don't play coy now.
no. It's because it's that commander was referring to you as a commander because he saw that was the rank you had.
Sure, of course. I'll take your word for it this time.
That is actually what I was trying to do there.
Yep.
So, who do we want to? Actually, I think I'd like to go with the doctor first. What are you?
Alright.
What are you gonna do to snoop around?
So, is there like an infirmary with sick patients?
Sure, yeah. You can find an infirmary quite easily. There are sick patients around, and they're on the bio beds, which give off this low, thum, 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 thum. That's the sound the TOS bio beds made.
Could I access like a wall panel or something and see what conditions they have?
Yeah, you can. They have the TOS sick bays. They had like these. They had the bio beds, and then they had like these displays above them
Yeah,
that
I know
were
what you're talking
that were
about.
like green and red bars, and they had little indicators that moved up and down. And by reading those bars, they would magically understand what's going on.
I understand.
So you can look at those indicators at a glance.
Yeah. Do I see something, and do I see anything out of the ordinary, or is it just
Give me an insight medicine, difficulty 1 check. None of these patients seem to be in danger of dying. They all seem to be in here for rather, there are maybe 3 patients in here, and they all seem to be, all seems to be rather mundane things. Cuts, scrapes.
In that case, could I access a computer terminal?
Okay, sure.
Could I look through the logs to see if I can find anything out of the ordinary or strange?
Okay, before I have you do that, I am actually going to jump over to Jacoby.
Sure thing.
All right.
So you're going to go and try to meet with the head surgeon. Okay. Let me just think what I want this to be. I'm just thinking in terms of species and everything. Oh, I got it. Okay, you walk in and you see in the sort of in a medical jacket, you see a male Cation sitting behind a
Chief Surgeon.
sitting behind a desk and sort of rubbing the fur of his upper temple.
Chief Surgeon, sir?
Yes. Well, what do you need? Sorry, I'm not getting much sleep these days.
I am Lieutenant Commander Jacoby of the Planetary Administration. This is a surprise inspection. Trust me, Doctor, this is as bad for you as it is for me. Could you tell me what was going on? I heard when I was on the ship some pretty nasty rumors about people dying.
Okay, presence command time. I'm gonna spend that threat because you were so nice to provide it to me. Spending 3 of that threat for an insight.
You're gonna take 2 back.
Okay, which
Myself
I'm then gonna spend to increase your complication range again
3
to 18.
to 3. You mean?
Ooh,
So is a complication range of 2 or 3?
it's 3. So you'll crit on a 18, 19, or 20.
Okay, so he got a comp.
Yes, he
okay?
did.
But he also got a 2, right?
Right, but he doesn't have a focus that's gonna help him see past your BS. So that's only 1.
Does my focus this time apply any of it? Any of them?
I'm gonna say no.
Of course you are.
Yeah, you don't really have a good deception focus. Oh, wow.
I don't need a good I am
Holy
deception.
shit.
That's a good 3 momentum. And he says, "Oh, yeah, it's clear to you, Jacoby. This guy is tired. So tired that he is just not even questioning it now. Sorry, I just have. Yeah, no. Do whatever you need. I'm just under a lot of pressure from Commander Rodman and Sukat. Oh, there's a lot."
Well, doctor, take a break for the time being because I need you to talk to me for a second. What's going on?
Well, I assume, given your rank, you know. We've been having a few deaths around here. Quite unexplained. People are just dropping.
Well, give me the full medical mumbo jumbo. I want to hear it.
I wish we could tell you. We perform autopsies as best we can, but none of the scans we can do here are sufficient enough. We have no idea what's killing them, but it seems the onset seems to be rather sudden. No signs of external trauma.
What are the symptoms?
And he looks up at you, Captain, and he says, "Death."
So that's it. Instant death. We don't know what causes it. We don't know what it is. It's just they drop dead.
As far as we can tell, well, we've got a couple reports of people hearing screaming, but that could just be shouts of pain.
Possibly. Tell me, Sawbones, do you have the records of all the men that died so far?
Yeah, sure. And he reaches over, and I'm gonna say his complication is he gives those records to you. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Good, thank you, Doctor. I'll begin my own investigation in just a moment. If I find anything noteworthy, I'll be sure to let you know.
On your way, on your way.
Okay. I'm gonna go find the doctor.
So, Doctor, you're going to you want to look into the computer systems. Give me a uh, insight security difficulty of 2.
Could I have a momentum?
Yes, you may. We got 3 of them. Oh,
Wow.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah, security is not my forte.
Okay.
hey,
So
somebody's got to have all the good rolls this round. I guess it's me.
yeah, you're not having much not having much luck navigating this antiquated medical database system. When just you're pretty much giving up. The captain walks in and sort of taps you on the shoulder, I assume.
Yes, doctor. Walk with me.
Yep.
I managed to procure these records from the chief surgeon. These are the records of all the men who died so far. I think there may be a link between this yellow crystal that we've seen and the death of these men. Scour these records if you can and see where they've worked. Perhaps there might be a connection, like engineering or administration or something. Hell, if they even like the same Ractigino in the morning. I need to know that.
Understood, sir. Did the surgeon have any symptoms?
The only symptom that he found, doctor, is death. We seem to be dealing with whatever it is. It's silent, shows no symptoms whatsoever, but causes instant death.
Their scanners aren't as advanced. Perhaps we could slip into the morgue and if I use my medical I might feel something not.
Check the records first and see if there's any correlation. I want to see if my suspicions are true. If they are,
Okay.
we'll go to the morgue and see about the scans.
Sure thing. So I do.
Okay. Give me a because you now have the records right in front of you. Give me a reason medicine difficulty. I'll say 3 to find some correlation between these files.
Could I spend a momentum?
Yeah, sure.
Because I think you have cautious medicine anyway. Ooh, and you got it. Okay. Yeah. It's a tenuous connection, Doctor. It's kind of tenuous. But these people didn't work in the same departments. In fact, quite a few of them were just colonists, civilians. But they were all of the deaths occurred when no one else was around. I mean, they'd be like maybe there'd be 2 people together, but it would never be in a crowded area.
Sir, this is quite odd. For every death that happened, there were never bystanders. They always died alone.
Well, I'm sure there's nobody going around killing people on this colony, but fine. Let's go into the morgue and see what we can see. Just let's make sure nobody sees us using the scanner. Otherwise, we're going to be the one on the chopping block.
So, speaking of
Yes,
alone, Rugan.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh. So I am going to spend. I'm going to spend 2 threat to make this happen. This is not going where you think it's going. Rugan, you're busy fussing with this the communicator, making sure that the frequencies are all set. And you've just sort of been busily working on it, and you hear a voice from behind you, kind of soft, say, "Who are you?"
Rugan is going to turn to see what he does.
You turn around, and you don't see anyone right in front of you. It takes you about half a second. Then you realize you're looking too high. You look down, and you see a small child, a Vulcan.
Well, Regan will obviously greet you courteously, and good afternoon. And Regan will say that he is performing some maintenance work upon the Jeffries tubes as it stands.
You did not answer my question. Who are you? Rugan? You're breaking up. Rugan? Oof. Rugan, your audio is dying.
Don't like this.
Okay, I can hear you now.
I figured
Oh, nope.
Never mind.
Is your internet like just really bad?
No, I'm not. Right now, I'm not sure it is. It's being a jerk for some bizarre
Okay,
reason. I'm not quite
Okay,
sure of.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, so
Alright, I
he
think
says,
that's worked in.
yeah, he said, you did not answer my question. Who are you?
And Regan is going to answer him. I'm a recent detachment from the ship above, come to work on some again said to fix a slight.
He looks at you for a couple of seconds, just unchanging expression, and he says, no, you're not.
And what makes you say that?
Because there's not much to do here on this colony. I spend most of my time watching and observing all the comers and goers. I have never seen you before. You're not from here.
Well, then where
What?
would I be from?
That is
There is nowhere else to come from.
That is something that I do not yet know. It is illogical.
Well, certainly Occam's razor would suggest that the most likely answer is likely the simplest one. You may likely not have seen me before.
Highly unlikely. I have seen everyone. You argue like a Vulcan. But you do not
Do I know?
but you do not look or talk like one.
I suppose I do not know.
So, I will ask you again. Who are you?
Now, see, there's the tricky bit. Because, see, here's the thing. I could just outright tell the kid absolutely everything, and no one would fucking believe him.
Maybe. Gotta remember, he's a Vulcan.
Yeah, Vulcan children.
That is true, that is true.
Vulcans don't lie.
They lie all the time.
I know.
Yeah, but they don't make bullshit up.
So Vulcans
Yes,
never
they
lie.
do.
Never spotlight.
Oh, actually, yeah, I will, I'll say this now, Rugan, I will offer you a point of determination, because let's see what your values are. Let me look at your values. Ooh. I will use your value. The immediate action is not always the wisest against you.
And
I will offer you a determination if you drop the guys. So you will have your determination that you already have, and a second one.
now that would be an interesting thing.
You don't have to take it, but I am offering it to you. Or you can continue
That's
trying to play, or you can continue trying to play dumb.
Very true. Oregon will say, Oregon thing.
Ragan?
So I'm thinking. Sorry, I'm thinking. You know what Regan is going to say? He's just going to say, so where do you think I'm from?
Incomplete information. That's why I am asking.
Entirely logical.
That was the doctor. Okay.
So, well, what are you gonna do, Rugan?
I'm thinking. It's a tricky one.
I am playing you for I am playing a game with you, Rugan.
Well, again, it's not. Again, it's not.
Let's see how you respond. Do make up your mind though, because I do probably only have maybe an hour and a half left, and I have a lot of stuff I gotta wrap up.
Do it.
I'm gonna start taking threat if you don't make up your mind.
Regan's going to say, Regan will sort of half say, very well, and from the future, and then turn back to his work, as though it's sort of business.
You are from the future.
Yes, it is a very long story. Our ship got pulled into a gravitational something or other in the future, in several hundred years in the future, and currently we are investigating signals that we found here when we were pulled forward, or we were pulled back, I should.
That is, and you see he sort of, he walks around you and he looks at the table and he just sort of, he gets up on his tiptoes and he puts his hands on the table and he says, fascinating.
Indeed.
Oh, and by the by, as I had said, Rugan, take a determination.
All right.
So, I suppose you're just gonna keep working and this kid's gonna watch.
Makes sense. As Dragon is going to tell him. As it stands, I am attempting to communicate with our people in the future, as it were. We are hoping that we are able to send some form of signal.
I see. I understand. And with that, we cut over to the captain as you two just sort of go on your merry banter.
Screw it, science fair time.
Yeah. We cut back to the captain and the doctor.
That child's name? Vlok.
I figured as such, honestly. I figured as much.
I'll tell you now. I'll tell you now. It's not.
That child's name?
Nope.
Spock.
No.
Still no.
Child is
No.
very dead.
Yes.
Fine then.
That
Well,
last
it's
one is
time to
true.
go into more.
So,
Okay, so you're planning on heading to the morgue to scan the dead bodies.
yep. You walk into the morgue and it is, pun intended, dead quiet.
All right, doctor. I don't like the smell of dead bodies and formaldehyde myself, so the playing field is yours. I'll be outside.
You get used to it, sir.
All right, doctor. The field is yours. So
All
to
right,
say.
so I want to identify a body that was killed mysteriously, and then try and scan it with my
Did you
future tricorder.
Did you say recently?
No, killed in one of the mysterious accidents that is
Oh,
unexplained.
Yes, one of the well, I'll tell you now. Oddly enough, Doctor, other than maybe a week old of old age death, they're all like this.
Okay.
So I assume you just take one. It's maybe a middle-aged man. You pull him out.
Brennan, 1 second. I'm gonna be back 10 minutes.
Okay.
You can skip over to the others while I.
Okay. Okay. So, doctor, you pull out the slab, and you set it on the table.
Yep. And then I want to use my tricorder and make a scan.
All right. Give me insight medicine difficulty 3. And take that momentum. Just remember that you spent it, and oh yeah, there you go. That's yay. That's the 3 successes you needed. Doctor, it appears with your more advanced tricorders, it'd be hard to tell, but there is a minor amount of neural degradation. Inconsistent with normal decomposition of the body. It appears that somehow these people suffered a severe and uniform neural trauma of some kind. There's a problem, though. You have no idea what could cause this. Well, I'll give you... There's good news and bad news. Hang on, I have to think of how I'm going to phrase this. There is...
No problem.
Yep, there is, bad news, good news, and more bad news. Bad news, you don't know, right now what could cause this kind of damage. The good news is, you could figure out, what could cause that kind of damage with a full with a full in-depth cellular recon scan. Bad news, full-on cellular recon scans won't be invented until 2287. Good news, you do have a cellular recon scanner on the Hadfield. Bad news, the Hadfield is currently 120 something years in the future.
Okay. So there's not much I can do?
Well,
Could I somehow jury rig like one of the MRI machines or whatever future MRI machines they have here, combine that technology with my tricorder and somehow jury rig a more advanced scan to be able to see what's wrong with the brain?
let me see. I want you to make me a reason engineering difficulty 4 check, and I will let your medical equipment focus come into play
Yeah.
to see if you can figure out how you would jury rig, because you're trying to cobble together a piece of more advanced technology from technology 30 years out of date compared to the technology you're trying to get, and that's just the primitive variation of the technology you're trying to get.
Yes. Could I spend a determination?
Sure.
Every life is precious. Does that work?
I'm not gonna say with this one, unfortunately. If you want to
Always
just try and roll the bones you got, because you only have, there's no momentum to spend. You could get 2 crits. You never know.
Alright. It's not gonna happen.
It would have been reason engineering, but it doesn't look like
Oh.
you got it anyway.
Oops, my bad.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's it's difficult, but you know, the thing is, you know this because you know so much about medical equipment that it's kind of hard to fudge it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to fudge medical equipment. It sucks if you could just have this good sample that's in front of you on the Hadfield, you'd be fine.
This is incredibly frustrating.
I will say it. I have laid out a puzzle for you.
Oh no, I meant that in character.
Yes.
That was character. I'm
Yeah.
having fun.
No. There is a solution to this puzzle.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
So, could I make a specific scan with my tricorder specifically to analyze this neurodegradation degradation and try and learn anything more specific about it?
I'll say you've probably gotten about as much as you can out of this scan with your tricorder.
Wait, could I?
Yes.
Okay, could I convert this information onto like kind of data chip and then put that?
You're on the right track, I think. The problem is more so what you need is there's a piece of equipment that you need, and you need to put a living neural sample into that machine.
Are you saying like somehow preserve the body for the Hadfield to do it in the future?
You could try it.
Is there equipment here to preserve a body for that long?
Give me an insight medicine check. Difficulty of 2.
Would medical equipment apply?
I'll say so, sure. Oof. I'll take the threat and
Alright.
make this succeed at cost. Because I've had to spend quite a bit of threat recently. Doctor, the good news is, you know that it wouldn't take much of a sample to perform the test. So the process of preserving such a sample could be done. You could cast it in a polymer resin, and it would preserve the neural tissue. At least long enough for the Hadfield to find it.
Okay, and because this is the TOS era where they use paper, could I find a piece of paper and a pencil and like write a note explaining what I want them to do, and then tape it to
the block?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You can explain that you want this specific test performed on this, on the tissue within this polymer block. You will need to make a check, though.
Yeah, sure. What's the check?
A couple checks, actually. First, you're going to need to make me a control medicine check, difficulty 2, to extract a piece of neural tissue. And you can make this check, I'd say, 3 times. Okay, and you got it the first time. So, yeah, you got a good piece of neural tissue. Now you need to make me a control science or engineering check, difficulty 2, to properly cast it in a polymer, so that it will stay preserved.
Does medical equipment still apply?
Yes, I will allow medical
Awesome.
equipment to apply to this. Oof. So you're gonna have to make that control medicine check again. Okay, and you get it, and make the control science check. You get it, but there's a complication which I'm just gonna say there's gonna be a complication for them on the other end,
All right.
which I'll get to later. But as it stands, you have cast the polymer.
So it's all set.
Yes, yes it is.
All right.
And you've written the note and you've stickied it. And you can probably, I don't know, where are you gonna stow it? Because you gotta
That's
stow
what
it
I'm thinking.
somewhere.
Well, I would say stow it next to the communicator beacon, but they've already taken that beacon, so they wouldn't bother to check back. So I don't really know where to put it.
It's up to you. You could put it back in the. You could put it back in the what's it? The mortuary cabinet with the body.
With the dead body.
Yeah. Although might not be good idea to leave paper in there with a dead body.
Yeah. Oh, and the paper's going to rot away. Oh.
You could easily write down the information that you want on a. You could easily find something to jot that information down on, whether it be a data chip, or
Yeah, it's future paper.
yeah.
Um,
You grab one of those. Literally, they're like these little red squares.
I think I know what you're talking about.
They're like these little red square things.
Which were
and you
oh,
and you slot it into the computer, press a few buttons to know what you want, and then you attach the data chip to the polymer.
That actually, when you mentioned computers, that gives me an idea. Could I go up to a computer and set a timer for 120 years for when the Hadfield arrives and the power is turned back on to send a signal somehow?
That would have to be. You couldn't do that from here. There's an administrative complex, and you could probably set up something with the comm systems from there. But this isn't either there or like engineering. This isn't the place to do it. Like the morgue.
In that case, I might just wait for the captain and go back to Rugan and have them figure it out, because I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Captain, are you back?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
You and so Doctor, feel free to impart the information that you discovered to him, and
Alright,
show him what you've got.
So I just, step out of the morgue with this brain encased in a polymer casing.
It's not a whole brain. It's like it looks like
a sample.
Yeah, it looks like a piece of tissue of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
just a sliver of brain.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
and what does that tell you, Doctor?
So, not much. There's some kind of abnormal neurodegradation going on here that I don't understand. None of my equipment and this equipment in this facility are not good enough to scan it. So my hope is to somehow leave it in a place where the Hadfield crew can discover it and then scan it in the future using the equipment on the Hadfield, which could detect whatever's wrong here.
You're kidding me. We're gonna have to use our final comm badge as a transpond. Another one? Or is there another idea that you can manage?
I don't know, sir, but if we only have one comm badge, what's its purpose? There's no one else for it to communicate with.
There is definitely. Well, here's the thing for you, Captain. I'll sort of give you this hint. The fact is, now that you both know that there's sort of a way of communicating, and you know that they are on the alert, you might be able to come up with a less loud method of communication that they might find, now that they know what they're looking for.
I have a thought in that regards, Captain.
You're on the PA system. I can't hear you very well, Rugan.
So, hang on. So, actually, do you guys want to go back to Rugan?
Yeah, we'll go back to Rugan.
Doctor, Captain, you walk in the room where Rugan is, and there's a kid in there. A Vulcan kid.
Rugan, who's the little man?
We appear to have some company, Captain. It seems that our friend here is well aware of the entire duty rosters, personally.
Yeah, well, I'm wearing command gold. Hey, kid, buzz off.
And he looks.
If you do that, he's going to alert the security.
And he looks up at you, and he says, "You're not from here either. Oh, are you from the future too?"
Yeah, kid, I'm from the future. Now buzz off.
No. Kid, do not buzz off.
Doctor, what the hell?
It may be a poor idea to lose sight of our friend just as yet. Interestingly, it may suit us well to have an ally that while may not be readily believed by those who are here, does in fact know the inner workings of this.
Fine, kid. You can stick around for the time being, at least.
But don't tell anyone what we're up to.
Understood.
Otherwise, it's our ass. Okay.
Well, it can be his ass too if we need.
Has he always been so good with children, I wonder?
Okay.
I heard that, Lieutenant.
Can we have Captain Jacoby Day? Captain Jacoby Day, where all the kids make Captain Jacoby banners.
I can't
Look,
believe someone kept that for 30 years.
Lieutenant Urgan, we need a way to send a message back to the future. Any discreet ways to do this?
My sir. Well, as we were considering, we did just begin the we did just power the station up entirely in the future, yes?
That would be the case, yes.
Now, here's my thinking. If we were to use the ship's computer system and have it set off some sort of signal at intervals we were to set for it, and attach messages to those alarms, per se.
Yeah, you could what you could do is you could set a terminal to start setting off an alarm, which would point them to a specific location in the facility.
Well,
Okay, success.
Lieutenant, I'm a talker, not an engineer, so I'm gonna trust your word on this one. When can you have it set up?
Whenever the GM says it's feasible.
Yeah.
Good. Doctor, prepare the results that you need deciphering and hand them over to Lieutenant Rugan when he begins his decoding, encoding, whatever.
Hell, you could do it in this room, Rugan.
I was gonna say, why not just have the signal lead to where we can watch it?
Okay.
So, Rugan, you're gonna go over to like a computer terminal and give me a control engineering difficulty 2 check. Oh, and Jacoby, they'd spent that momentum you have, so you're at 0 momentum.
Okie dokie.
All right, in this case,
And the doctor can
computer
assist.
does a focus work.
Yep, and the doctor can assist.
What's the check? Control engineering?
Yep. Awesome.
There we are.
Yeah, so you've set it so that so here's the thing I'm going to specifically note. You have set it so that when the station turns on in 120 years, this alarm will go off. Vlok! Back on the bridge of the Hadfield,
Yes.
you are sitting there, and all this previous stuff has happened. All of this other stuff that you had already done has happened. Jueza, you're picking up a signal from the planet's surface. An alarm's going off.
Sir, I'm getting some strange signals. I think it's those time travelers again. They're up to no good.
Any indication of what it is saying?
Do I detect what it's saying?
No, you don't. It's just an alarm.
No, they're just bugging us with alarms.
You know where it is. There's like it's a specific location within that facility.
The alarm is going off at this location, sir, as I bring it up on the screen. Put a nice
Very
little round
well.
circle on it.
Has our other team went down to the planet yet?
No,
Yeah,
you guys haven't gone. Did you guys?
We went to the ship, and I sent another team to go check out the planet with our shuttle.
Oh, that's right. You did, didn't you?
That I did.
So is it just an NPC team?
Yeah, it's just some no-name teams that I figured we're not going to find anything until we did it.
Red shirt, red
Okay,
shirt,
so
red
so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you spend a crew support for this, to have someone
Okay.
to have someone already down there.
Crew
Oh,
support
cool.
for the win.
So you get a comm signal from them. It said, well, Commander, we found a couple of things.
All right. Well, what is it?
Sir, I think you're gonna want to come and see this for yourself.
Very well. We'll attempt to get down there.
So, I'll say a couple minutes later. Oh, you guys have to shuttle down, don't you?
Yes.
Do 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 do.
Yeah.
Oh, fly us.
So I'm gonna need Joeza to make us a control con check. Difficulty
Okay.
of 1.
Can I use small craft?
Yep, absolutely. That's what the small craft focus does, and the
There you
Hadfield
go.
and the shuttle Williams is going to assist with engines con.
Alright.
Nice.
You generate a momentum.
Then con.
It doesn't help, but you got a momentum anyway. So you set yourself down next to the other shuttle on the surface of this colony, and I assume you're gonna go and walk into the. You're gonna find this room,
Yep.
coated in dust. You know, there are some dim lights on, emergency lighting, you presume. And there's the security officer there, human, male, darkish brown hair, and he says, well, we found a few things. Found this here, and he points to the table, and you see there's a weird device set up. It looks like someone took apart a comm badge and hooked it up to some other small little thing. Maybe it looks a little like an earpiece.
Oh, I know exactly what it is. Yes.
And then you sort of walk around, and you see the terminal that's squealing. And then you see it. 2 figures on the floor. Skeletons.
I was going to make that joke. I didn't realize that was actually going to happen.
It did.
One is wearing a blue Starfleet medical medical dress with like the miniskirt and everything. The other skeleton is wearing a blue Starfleet science uniform, and it's odd. It has sort of these big bony ridges along its head, down its nose,
Oh.
and it's wearing sort of a headscarf type thing.
Well, Doctor, this is an awkward situation. You did say that you'd never be caught dead wearing that.
Zing.
Oh man.
Oh no.
And that's the end of this scene. So you guess what? You lose that momentum.
Okay.
Easy come, easy go.
So we pick back up with you, Valak.
Well.
Ooh, I gotta say, I was waiting for that reveal.
Oh yeah, it's fun times.
That's the reveal I wanted to end the
This
episode on
means
last
that I'm
week.
alive, though. Haha.
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna say, what happened to the Vulcan child commander?
We'll find out. Just wait.
We got this thing going on. Like, what was that Will Smith movie? I Am Let. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
So-
no. But
so
Uh,
what are you gonna do? There are a couple dead bodies.
yes.
Didn't we leave the
You
sample in this room?
ensign.
Huh?
Didn't we leave
Yeah.
the brain sample in this room?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Just I gotta find. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There's
We got to find it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ensign. See what we can do to transport these remains back up to the ship. I'll take a look at the alarm and see if we can find out what is going on.
Dibs on my own skull.
Dibs on my own skull. Oh,
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
that's dark.
It's okay.
Tell me you
yeah.
wouldn't take that as a wall decoration if you had the chance.
I would not.
So
I would. That'd be amazing.
So Valak, I need you to make me a control engineering check difficulty 2.
Go ahead and take a threat.
Awesome. I will take a threat. There you go.
Got it.
You mess around with the terminal, the alarm goes off, and just as you shut the alarm off, a little panel opens.
What do we got? What presents?
Inside is a small cube. Looks like there's covered in dust. Looks like there's something in it. It looks like something is suspended in the cube. And there's a small red data chip nearby. Old school memory storage device.
I see. I'm going to, well, Jueza, they left us something in an old style cube preserved and an old data chip. We're going to probably have to do something on the Hadfield, and then we're going to probably have to come right back down again.
Well, sir, I suspect that it'll probably be you doing something and me watching.
Yes, but with the way this is going, we'll be right back down after I get this information, I'm sure.
Perhaps
Well-
I should stay down here in case you need something else from down here.
I just sent the other shuttle back up.
With the buddies.
And I cannot fly it.
I guess I'll
So-
take you up, sir.
I mean, it's been like 10 minutes. I don't think they've left yet. I mean, it's been like 10
And I mean,
seconds.
you could comm badge them.
I could, but I'm not gonna.
Okay. So, are you guys gonna head back up to the ship?
Back up at the ship with our treasures, and yeah.
Okay. I need you, Jueza, give me that control con difficulty 1 check. Same with you, Jacoby. Give me that engines con. And you get a momentum. Yep, just a momentum, but you got it.
Okay. Back up to the ship, and I need to try to read this data chip with
Hang
our
on.
computers.
No, hang on. Where are you gonna do that? Just bridge? You could do that with a.
Nah, that's
Honestly, you could do it with a tricorder.
that's true. We'll just do that.
You could, hell, you could probably do that while you're en route.
Sounds good.
But I am gonna need you to give me a control engineering, or actually, I'll say reason engineering difficulty 2 to read this chip. And I'll let because you're back on. Actually, I'll have you do this back on the ship. The ship can help with computers engineering.
Thank you.
Okay.
'Cause I need it.
Computers engineering. There you go.
And you
Just
have got it. It would appear that this is a message left for you by the doctor. Inside of this cube apparently is a suspended neural sample. She wants you to perform, what's it called? A neurocellular recon scan?
Sure, let's call it like that, yeah.
Well, we need to go to the medical bay.
Mm-hmm. Or one of the biolabs. That works too. Whichever you prefer.
I was going to see about activating some crew support.
Okay, you can activate the crew support, and don't forget you also have, yeah, I'll let you activate crew support.
Yep, that'll be 2, I know, but
Yep, that's 2 of your 3, and I will absolutely say the Hadfield's advanced medical, advanced sick bay comes into play here.
Yep, and activating, what's her name? Lieutenant
Oh, the
Ziarothrak, or the Andorian.
the
The
Andorian one.
Andorian nurse.
Yes, the Andorian one. And you guys have to decide what you're gonna give her. Maybe a focus or talent applicable to this situation.
Sure, we're gonna
Yes.
give her neuroscience.
Yeah,
That sounds
ooh,
wonderful.
That works. I like that. I like neuroscience.
I'll roll for her.
Hang on, I haven't told you what the check is gonna be yet.
Yep.
This is going to be, a insight medicine difficulty. I was gonna make the difficulty of this check 3, but you have the advanced sick bays, so it's only difficulty 2, and the ship is going to assist with sensors medicine, making it only difficulty 1.
Giving her a momentum, her focus supply, ship assist with sensors medicine.
So you got it. Now let's see if you get that momentum back.
Yes, we do.
You're good.
All right.
She looks at you, Valak, and she says, this is disconcerting. It would appear...
What is it?
It would appear that their entire nervous systems were attacked in full force by some kind of outside influence. It sucked all the neural energy right out of them.
Fascinating.
I've read about similar phenomenon before, but this really isn't my area of expertise. At least in what could cause this kind of external effect.
Well, let's see if the computers can tell us anything. So, I'm going to access our computers to see if anything like this has happened before.
Okay, you're gonna do that. Give me a Reason Science difficulty 3, assisted by the ship's computer science.
And I'm going to assume computers works.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know what? I'll take that other momentum if I can as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the ship.
Sorry, the ship rolls what again? Sensors, engineering, medicine.
No. Yeah, we're doing science right now, and it was computer science.
Computer science. There you go.
Okay.
Just got it.
Okay, so, it's a little difficult because, well, you don't find something exactly like, at least you're not finding something that's creating the exact same sort of readings that you're dealing with. Because you had to go through this whole other effort in order to find this. Whatever this is a lot more brutal than this other thing I'm about to tell you about. But on Stardate 45959, a number of members of the crew of the USS Enterprise D found themselves displaced in time to the late 1800s, 1893, where they encountered a group of energy beings known as the Davidians, who were sucking neural energy out of cholera victims at the time. The energy readings and the effect of their neural suckage does not quite match what you've got here. doesn't quite match what you've got here, leading you to probably infer that this probably is not the Davidians, but it's a similar phenomenon.
So what you're saying is it's possibly Branch Davidians. And of course that one falls completely flat.
Oh no, I gotcha, but yeah, I gotta be.
Yep.
Well, that is most disconcerting.
And if you want to spend a momentum, I will tell you one other thing.
Do we have momentum?
Do you?
Nay.
Oh,
Do
you,
we?
oh, you don't. Never mind. You
We
don't.
rolled, I mean,
I
we
was gonna
rolled
say,
a 3 on our
I'm
last
sorry.
check. What was
Oh, sorry.
It was a
It was a 3.
3 check.
Okay, never mind. I'm wrong. Okay.
Yep. So we just got that information, and
Yep.
yeah.
But so basically, I'll just say you essentially have all the logs from the Star Trek: The Next Generation 2-parter times Arrow. Look up the memory. Look up the memory alpha page for it.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Those are basically like all your clues.
All right. Well, we shall have to send them the information we've received. Time to do our nice time phone and
Do. Okay. So you go up to the bridge, I assume.
yep,
Nice.
where Tev is sitting in the captain's chair.
And Vlok, you walk onto the bridge.
All right. I'll set up the communication, and we received your package. We have discovered some information on it. Apparently, the neural damage was from a forced extraction of neural energies. There was a similar case that happened with the crew of the Enterprise D when they were sent back in time. A race called the Davidians. They were feeding off the energy of their victims in that time. Be aware of this. You might have a similar case there to the Davidians, only far worse. The scans we have show it's more forceful.
I'm gonna snap around to the Vulcan kid. Alright, kid. Who the hell are you?
I am the Mev.
Sure you are.
Could I access the computer and search the files for a list of all the colonists and see if he's on?
Sure. Yeah, give me an insight command difficulty of 1 check.
I'm gonna keep my phaser on this kid.
Right. Say command.
Oof. Oof.
Doctor, God damn you! Train your phaser on this kid. I'm gonna go search.
No. You know what? I'll work with this. I can absolutely work with this, and I'll make this the complication. I was on the fence as to whether or not I was gonna do this, but yeah. Remember how I told you that remember how you've heard mention that the leader of this colony is a Vulcan named Sukkot?
Yep.
Yeah, this is his son.
I figured as such.
Captain, stand down on colonist manifest.
Doctor, there is a race of brain-sucking aliens out there, and you're telling me to lower my gun?
Yes, because he's a child and you're being an awful person right now.
Well, I guess I just am an awful person. Now tell me, kid, really, who are you?
I've already told you. I am the Mev.
Well, what the hell are you doing in engineering the Met?
There's not much to do around this colony, if you have not seen.
except suck other people's brain forces, I imagine.
Captain, I think you should. I want you to make a insight command check, difficulty of 2.
Okay. Take a threat.
Sure. Sure, and I'll use that to increase the complication range.
Focus and hazard awareness count.
Yes. Nice. Yeah, Captain, this kid seems actually pretty on the level. Like it occurs to you, Captain, that if this kid were like the one going around killing people, he had plenty of time to do that to Rugan.
I'll lower my phaser. Fine. Let's say for the time being you say who you are, kid. But where the hell do we find brain-sucking aliens on this colony, then?
I'm gonna put a hand on the kid's shoulder and be like, I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't pity the Vulcan kid, Doctor. We're time travelers, goddammit.
You put a gun to a child's head.
It's an oversized TV remote. It's not a gun.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Yes, but the TV remote powers off people.
It powers off people. Oh, Captain, you're such a dope.
I understand this, Lieutenant, but perhaps the child doesn't.
Oh dear. Oh, guys, you're killing me. You're killing me here.
Now, kid, tell me, is there anyone else suspicious around this base, or is it just us time travelers?
No, this place is, well, I suppose some of the other kids call me boring, but they refer to it as boring adults.
Just how old are you, kid?
You wager this kid is probably about 10.
In Vulcan. That's young. That's very young.
Yo, very young.
Well, fine. How do we find a brain-sucking race of aliens?
I don't think it was the brain-sucking race of aliens. I think they said...
Yeah, they said it was something. It was probably something different, but it is a start.
Yeah,
And
you're jumping to conclusions.
I also mentioned that it was more aggressive, more violent.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly don't know what...
Have we examined this crystal yet, Lieutenant Rugan?
I think we have, haven't we?
No, you haven't. You haven't.
No, sir. We've not yet had a chance to look over it.
Right, grab your bathlet. We're gonna cut off a piece.
Mm-hmm. I need you to give me a insight science difficulty of 3. This will be so this will like succeed at cost.
Can I assist him?
I'm gonna say no.
What's your insight science?
I'm gonna
9 and 3.
Mine's
Yeah,
7.
can I use let's see now, quantum mechanics to cut this thing apart?
Well, no. I'll say you're not going to be cutting this thing apart. I mean, this is all going to be part of the same thing. This is you to make a scan
good.
of this. Yeah. So, yeah, give me that insight science. It's difficulty 3. Feel free to take a momentum.
Do you have any determinations and that values so you could use that determination?
Not all immediate actions, not always the wisest. Eager to prove himself, we must know why it works, and we must try to
We
do
must know why it works.
Yeah, I'd call that we must
There
know
you
why
go.
it works.
that thing, right?
That determination spend works handily. So
Alright then.
So you're already 2 for 3, I think.
Yeah, just give me an inside science roll, and please, for the love of God, do not fail this.
Ooh.
I'm going to re-roll that because I can, because I succeeded.
Oh yeah, and it was science, not engineering.
Same
It's,
score.
it's
Okay.
the same stat, I think.
Okay. Okay.
There we are.
All right, you generated a momentum. No, 2 momentum, I think.
No, just
No,
a single one.
just
So
a
we got the
single
1 and
just a single momentum you get out of this. Okay, neat. You are, it takes a little figuring, Rugan. You're detecting small amounts of radiation coming off of this thing. Not enough to be harmful. Certainly not. And it's an unrecognized radiation type to you. But, you do realize that when excited, with Marian particles, the kind that those little emitters were putting off, that were attached to the thing, it would cause the crystal to take on a property similar to dilithium. However, it would also create something else. Knowing your advanced knowledge of quantum mechanics.
Interesting.
It would, and I'll tell you this, you don't even have to spend your question or anything. It would generate a very minute chronoton field.
What's a chronoton beam?
Chronoton field.
Field.
Chronoton.
Time travel shenanigans.
Chronoton.
Time travel shenanigans.
Yeah, chronotons are the time travel particle in Star Trek. Whenever they show up, you know time travel is going down.
It's chrono, as in Greek for time.
I got on.
Yep. So,
Lieutenant, what'd you manage to get?
It seems that when properly treated, this crystal can take on properties similar to dilithium. However, it also seems to be creating a minute chronoton field at the same time.
Interesting. Reverse engineering a large amount of these crystals perhaps could get us out of here into our own timeline.
it would take some doing, but that is a path that you could try to go down. You'd probably need a lot more than you've got now, though.
Lieutenant Regan, how did we even get here? Do you remember?
You turned on the generator and it went fooey.
Bingo. You know what we need to do here, Lieutenant?
Turn off the generator to make it unboom.
No, we need to boom another generator.
Oh dear.
That's the only way we get
One
ourselves back.
industrial accident coming up.
Oh, God.
No, but sir, by doing so, we're dooming this entire colony to ruin.
Kid, could you give us a second? Just 1 second. Fine, be that way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drag my crew. Drag my crew. Right. The colony's already dead when we get there. There's no point in trying to preserve it.
However, Captain, do we know that the colony is not dead because of our direct interference in this fashion?
Oh God, this is why I hate timey-wimey shenanigans. Look, we have to return the way we found it.
Sir, we have a moral obligation as Starfleet officers. People.
No, we have a moral obligation towards the Prime Directive, the temporal Prime Directive, to not screw the timeline up.
Sir, we don't even know why these people are dropping dead. It could be related. What if when we try and go back to the future, we just kill all of them?
They're dead anyway. It doesn't matter. We saw the skeleton.
Oh, I love
us.
how Valak forgot to mention that.
Yeah, I did.
Oof.
I wasn't going to tell them that.
That's fun. I like it.
You know, we still have the radio with us, Valak, just saying.
I know.
Think very carefully, Doctor. We cannot touch anything. We have to return it to the way it was before, when we found it. Otherwise, we're getting ourselves, and possibly the entire future of the galaxy, in a lot of trouble.
What if the very thing that destroyed this colony was us trying to activate a generator to send us home? If it emitted these particles, that could have been what killed everyone here.
I'm gonna
no,
knock
the-
something. I'm gonna knock something over in a fit of. Well,
The part
what if the only thing that can get us out of here is this generator? If you have any better ideas, I'm more than willing to listen. But so far, blowing up this thing seems to be the only way out.
I don't, sir, but we should not act hastily.
So what? You want to spend the next 120 years here? I don't think humans have that long of a lifespan. Neither do Klingon.
Well, like it or not, the Doctor and Rugan are gonna spend the next 120 years here.
Yes, but we don't know that. So.
Yep. It's great.
Yes, sir. I would do that if that's what it took to save to preserve the lives of all these people here.
Rugan, what say you?
Well, Captain, we are at the point where we must weigh lives. As Starfleet officers, we must choose to harm as little as possible.
So we'll evacuate the personnel before we blow this baby up.
What happened to not fucking with the timeline?
Also, you don't even know if that'll work.
Yep.
Sir,
Uh,
we're speaking purely in theoreticals right now.
Yeah, you're Captain. I will say you're definitely straying off into the land of I don't even know if this will work. But
I'm making the timeline come true. I get out, these two stay and die.
Oh my god.
Wow. And I thought what I was doing was dark.
The timeline must be kept.
Oof.
Yeah, and what happens if I find your body as well?
Well, then we'll consider other options.
Nice.
No, but seriously, what do we next?
Fine, then we won't blow this facility. However, unless we find another way, I see no other alternative. And frankly, I don't know where to start looking.
Actually, well, here's the thing. I was kind of trying to get to it with Rugan's check, but we didn't because you guys started on this, which is fine. I want to get back to what Rugan was doing.
Yeah, we're kind of bickering like an old couple.
Yeah, well, while you two are bickering like an old couple, Rugan is working.
Yep.
Rugan?
Indeed, I ship it.
Yes. Rugan, I need
Oh, no.
Rugan, I need you to make me a reason science difficulty 3 roll. Actually, I'm going to spend 2 threat difficulty 4 roll.
Oof.
But your quantum mechanics absolutely comes into play here.
Would you
May I
like
have
a
momentum?
momentum?
Yes.
Well, you still have the one determination. If I heard that correctly, it's
Yep.
difficulty 4.
Yep.
So,
You do have a determination left.
That is right. Do you have stuff that'll work?
That is true.
I will-
And
I-
do
I will-
we
well.
want to know how it works.
Yeah, I will again allow. How does it work? Because this is absolutely part of it.
Go for
Not
it.
sure.
You'll have 2 additional momentum for another die. Just so you don't fuck this up. There you go, you made it. Congrats.
Marvelous.
Okay. Hang on a sec.
Except I didn't take the other 2 momentum. I just realized you said that after I sent it.
2 momentum equals out in 1 dice, so you're good.
Yeah,
If
because you spent
two.
your determination.
Perfect.
So, what you figure, Rugan, is, it all, like, you're looking over all the numbers and everything, and it clicks. The mysterious thing going around killing people. The chronoton particles, the slightly off gravitational field that generated by that supernova. You know what's going on here. There is a theory in temporal mechanics and quantum physics that up until this point has been purely theoretical and on the books. The idea being that you have a place with two different points in time. Two different points in time running parallel to each other. A second in one time frame passes, so does a second in the other time frame. You following me so far?
I think so.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. In between these two twinned time frames is sort of a null space that bridges the 2 points. It's entirely possible that something could exist within that null that's doing this, and it would probably behave very similar to the Davidians if it did so. It's basically something that, as far as you can tell, is straddling the 2 time frames. And this has been dubbed, oh boy, like the moment you realize that this is what it's called, it's almost poetic, given the location that you're in and what everything so far is called. It's called the Gemini effect.
Ah, yes. Castor and Pollux the Gemini.
I don't get the reference.
Have you ever heard
Castor
of...
and Pollux are the two ships that we're dealing with here, and mythologically the constellations Gemini were based off of the twins Castor and Pollux.
Ah, cool.
So, you're dealing with the Gemini effect. 2 points in time running parallel to each other. Anything that you do in a moment will immediately make itself known in the parallel moment in the other time frame. It explains why even, and for out of character, it explains why even though you set the thing to go off as soon as the power came back on, they didn't notice it until then.
Yeah, it also
That makes sense.
it also conveniently fixes the paradoxes that come from time travel, because if that wasn't true, we would have discovered the beacon that we set up, and therefore we would have done things differently, and therefore we wouldn't have gone back to the... Never mind.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yep. Gemini effect. I totally made that up for this episode.
And it totally works.
Yeah.
There you go. So what you figure, Rugon, is that whatever this thing is probably out of phase with both time frames, and thusly is rendered invisible.
So we've got to go play Grand Theft Timeline and kick in the front fucking door then.
Time travel.
Yeah. So...
Lieutenant, did you discover anything?
Jacoby, you've created a time paradox.
What?
Dun, 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 dun,
I-
dun, dun, dun.
I assume
Colonel.
I assume Rugon is going to relate the Gemini effect to them.
Yes, sorry. Rugan is indeed going to relate to Gemini effect and all of its trappings and so.
So what does this mean?
It means that whatever we do now, Captain, will affect the future. Immediately. And means that whatever it is both here and there at the same time. Slightly out of phase with both time periods.
So me knocking over that thing in anger knocked it over in the future as well?
Yes. That's why when we set up the signal, we did not detect it in the future because we had not gone to the past to set it up at the time at which we were investigating this place.
Oh, my head.
I feel the same. It's a pity bad.
Lieutenant Rugan, is there a way out?
Hmm. Can I use that as my question?
Yeah. Currently, as it stands, if there is something that is bridging the two time periods, that could possibly be your way back. Only problem is, well, as I've said, there's something bridging those two time gaps, so it's temporally speaking standing in your way.
So there is indeed something directly between us and our current time period.
Yeah,
But what?
120 years.
Is it?
The physical manifestation of 120 years, I suppose.
What?
Could it be the cause of deaths of all those people? Is that the physical
I believe so,
manifestation?
Captain.
You believe so? If I get reamed out by Starfleet Command, I swear to God.
Wait,
You can
does
blame the
mean we
thing that
get to
sucked us back in
save-
time, Captain.
Does that mean we get to save all these people?
Yes, by God, yes.
Yes. I knew I was
There
right.
we are. We have discovered the way to make Captain Jacoby humanitarian. Make
Oh,
it
stow the excitement, both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go
This is
clear
great
some
news.
people or something, I suppose.
Okay, so how are you gonna go about doing this?
Oh, God. I know. Kid,
Yes.
employees that work solo, like alone, there's nobody around them whatsoever. Ooh, do you know any of them? Where do they work, etc.?
Oh, I could come up with that rather easily. Captain, I need you to give me a presence command difficulty 2 check. You've kind of been an ass to this kid.
Only a difficulty 2? You pointed
actu-
a gun at him.
Oh yeah, you know what?
Do not give him ideas, you
No,
little-
fuck that. I am spending 2 threat, difficulty
Give it right back at you.
3.
Hey, I was nice to the kid. Could I just ask him?
It is true. She was a lot nicer.
difficulty 3. So it's difficulty 3, presence command. And you gave me 2 threat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm up in the complication range to 18 again. Hit it.
Focuses apply.
Negotiation.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
You pushed your luck, Commander.
Wow, I guess my time finally is up, huh? Might as well just drop dead here. There's nothing left for me. I've outlived my usefulness. Bye-bye, guys.
Yeah, you pushed your luck, Commander.
It's Captain. It's Captain. I earned the rank of Captain.
So-
God damn you.
You are currently a lieutenant commander.
So the the kid said, "No, I don't think so."
Well, fine. Be that way then.
In fact, I'm starting to think I should probably tell my father about everything that's going on here.
Well, fine. Be that way then.
oh my god. Is it just a commonality that all Starfleet captains can't deal with children?
And
No, I
these-
just believe that the captain has finally run into someone his own age.
Oh. So the kid turns and he walks out of the door.
No,
Give me a reason why I shouldn't shoot this phaser right now. God damn.
I'm going to chase after the kid and try and pull him back into the room. Or, you know what? I'm going to politely ask him to stop and kneel down to be on
You
his
know,
level.
I will suggest there is someone in this room who might have a better shot.
Well, that is true.
I'll have a real good shot if I take a free action to aim and then use control security to.
Well, I think let's see now. Well, Ryugan is going to actually attempt to convince him. And Ryugan is going to say to him, well, as it stands, you have trusted me so far. And again, I do believe it would be in all of our best interests if we continue to work together.
Why? You've done, other than show me the devices you have created, you have done nothing to earn my trust.
And Ryugan's going to nod and he's going to say, very well. I shall tell you a very important detail about the futures. One that I believe will probably give you at least some sort of hope.
Are you gonna do what I think you're gonna do?
Oh, of fucking course.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
What's he doing?
Do not break the temporal prime directive. I swear to God.
He already did.
Oh,
You
you're
already
this
did.
thing over on me.
Yes, but he's going to directly tell the future events which are going to occur.
What is he gonna do? What is Ryugan gonna do?
I don't know. Dude, I'm resigning. I'm gonna be Pontius Pilate and I'm gonna wash my hands of this entire affair.
Ryugan, say what you're gonna do.
All right. Ryugan is going to say, well, again, I will ask you a question. You recall earlier what you said about me.
That you are not from around here?
Indeed. You said that I argued like a Vulcan, though I neither speak nor look like one.
That is correct.
And Ryugan is going to say, so what do you think I am?
Insufficient information.
This kid a robot?
No, he's a Vulcan, close enough. Now, before we get to that, tell me, why do you think it is that I argue like a Vulcan?
Perhaps you spent time around Vulcans.
Indeed, I have. I grew up with them. I graduated from the Vulcan Science Academy.
Really?
Indeed. And with that, Ryugan is going to take his headscarf off and he's going to say, a great many things change, and a great many enemies can become friends.
Presence command. Difficulty 2.
All right, here we go.
Difficulty 2.
Yes.
I got nothing to give you.
Nope. Yeah, we had a gambit for this one, but now here, can I take my negotiation focus at least?
Yeah, sure.
There we are.
Presence.
Fine.
Presence command. I'd said presence
Right,
command.
presence
Hey,
command.
you rolled
That was my
well.
screw up. That was my screw up.
Presence.
No, you rolled
Oh,
a
yeah.
15.
Yeah. Only one of those is a success.
Oh yeah, one of those would be a...
Bah.
Now, however, what you can do is you can't Jacoby, you can give him your determination. You can give him your determination and he can re-roll that.
Do you think he can make it?
I've got no presence command. Like, it's my absolute worst. I've got a 10.
You have a 12. No, you have a 10. That's right.
Yeah.
So, you gonna roll it?
Well, I don't really have a choice now, do I?
Go for it. Roll 1.
Well then.
Hey!
Now,
All right.
There we are. And momentum out of it.
the boy steps forward, looks at you, Rugan, kneels down. He picks up the headscarf, looks up at you, and says, "You are Klingon."
I am.
And the boy takes the headscarf, he wraps it around his head, and it sort of covers the points of his ears. And he says, "I will stay with you."
Excellent, says Rugan.
I'm interested to see the changes the future brings.
Am I, as am. And with that, I think we ought to get back to work.
Agreed. So the you guys are gonna go to work. Um, uh,
So what's the plan?
you're gonna have to somehow figure out a way to force this thing to into one timeline or the other.
Oh, geez, cool. We gotta set a trap for it.
Now, I'll again remind you, you do have the episode Time's Arrow to give you some hints as to what you guys might need.
I think that's the one I skipped. God damn it.
Well, it's kind of the two-parter is kind of the most important thing right now. So
We'll agree date others.
Oh, jeez.
What season is it?
It's, it actually straddles a season.
Oh no, actually, I didn't skip this one. This is the one where they meet Mark Twain, right?
Yes, it is.
yes, that it is, and also past Guinan.
Shame on you, Mr. Clemens. Yes, or if you want, Rugan, you could make a reason engineering check, difficulty of 2, to think of what it could be.
Sure, I'll give it a shot. Why not?
Nice. What focus did you have in place?
Whoops, I didn't turn that off.
So
shite.
that's still 2 successes. So
Oh, that's good. Yeah, team dynamics, computers, robotics, quantum
Yeah,
mechanics,
no.
reverse engineering, negotiation. Nah.
yeah, nope, just that. The you do get it though. You're gonna need a phase discriminator.
Hey, discrimination isn't cool. It's supposed to be beyond that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's something that'll it's a phase discriminator is something that will help push something in or out of phase.
Yep, it's how they saw the Davidians.
With if you were to modify one, with basically what you figure, if someone on either side of the time stream were to modify one with a lens made of carnelian, you could use it to force whatever this is to assume a solid shape in one time frame or the other. There's a problem with carnelian, though. The problem is, you can't replicate it, and to actually create it there's a chemical process that you use to create. You just got to mix some chemicals together. The problem is it's a slow burn. It is a chemical reaction that takes a few days to fully catalyze.
Oh God.
But once you mix the chemicals together, the catalyzation process will start. After a few days, you'll have a chunk of the ore that can be molded into a lens. But it'll take and the technology has existed for a while. Like you could make it, you could set up the chemical reaction now if you wanted.
And then have them pick it up in the future.
So is that what we want to do? Set it up now, and then have a block pick it up?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, kid. Could you bring us to your science labs?
Of course. And the kid walks out with you. And Rugan, I assume you're gonna go with them to the science labs.
Well, he's got my headscarf on now, so I'm not sure.
Find a new headscarf.
Yeah, you can go to one of the storage rooms and get a new one.
There. I'll grab a new hat, yes.
Yes, you grab a new hat. So go to the science labs because I'm trying to sort of wrap us up here. I need you to make me a I need you to make me a control science. I need you to make me a control science difficulty 2 check, and the doctor can assist.
All right, what's exactly this to try out to do?
You're trying
Set this thing
to.
up.
You're mixing chemicals together so that this ore will be ready in the future.
Yeah, I figured as such. Can I use my teamwork for focus? Can I work with the dog?
Sure. Oh, and doctor, your it doesn't matter. Your what's it focus would have also come into play. Your chemistry. I think that did it though. I think that's.
Yeah, that doesn't.
And it was control. It was control science, Rugan. It doesn't matter though. You rolled pitifully.
Nah,
Wait,
control science. It's the same roll either way.
Your chemistry would have come into play.
yeah.
So
Rugan?
Yes.
So, uh, just because out of character, I'm a bit confused. If we do this, does that mean that the colony will be saved because they will no longer be preyed upon?
See, now here's the issue. Right now, we've got this temporal fuck bucket sitting in between our two time zones and just sucking off on the colonists, just slurping down the brain smoothie. And so, what we're trying to do is we're trying to kick this fuck bucket right out back into the other time. However, the issue is we can get in either this one or that one. But
guys,
the problem is,
I'll be
it
glad
takes
to
us a while.
guys. I'll be glad to explain it all later. I kind of have to keep this moving. I have to go.
Long story short, yes, this is what we want to do.
Yeah, I have
Okay,
to go. I have to go in like 10 minutes, and I have to skip a lot of things in this episode. Unfortunately, I
We could
really.
make
Alright,
it a
let's do the
three-parter,
thing
but
then.
okay.
I don't have enough to make this a 3-parter.
All right, sorry.
So, yeah. You make the chemical. Valak,
Yes.
you get a call down from sickbay.
Go ahead.
Commander, something odd here. Something just materialized in the skeleton of the Klingon.
Interesting. I'll be right there.
Okay, go down to sickbay.
Yep.
And
let's see what we got.
and they have this canister open in front of you.
Okay.
And I presume you guys would have left instructions in it, right?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Valak, there's a canister inside, and instructions basically saying if you hook this up with a phase discriminator, carve a lens out of it, and set it off on the planet's surface, it'll kick whatever this thing is that's killing people into one time frame or another.
Okay. So I need to use this and make a phase discriminator.
Mm-hmm. Give me a control engineering difficulty 3.
On to the next miracle.
Sure. Just need one success.
There it is.
Okay. Yeah, you've managed to put this thing together, and it's pretty good. So presumably you're going to go down to the planet's surface and set this thing up.
Yep. Kichi had to leave.
Yeah,
but
so-
can we just say he's the one piloting me down there and so
Yeah,
forth?
sure.
Then yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to make a roll for it. You just don't get any momentum. Give me a control engineering difficulty of 1 check to activate the device.
Okay. Well, fuck.
Try it again.
Repeatable. Here's a momentum. Don't screw it up.
No momentum. Just
Okay, you
there's
yep.
the
Yep, so you still have that momentum. The device goes off, and Rugan, Captain, Doctor, you see a bright flash of light occur in the in the courtyard, and standing in the courtyard is what could only be described as a beast that appears to be made of pure energy. And it lets out this roar as it's got these big, wide, round feet that start stomping around.
I assume this is the thing we're looking for as I pull out my phaser.
All right. I assume one of you wants to shoot the damn thing.
Let me shoot the damn thing already.
Mm-hmm.
I got all this stress I need to beat out of some.
All right.
Take a minor action to aim. Actually, no, screw that. Minor action to charge.
Okay. So give me control security, difficulty 2.
Here's a momentum.
Hit it.
Dang it.
And you don't have determination.
No.
Mm-hmm. I need you guys to finish this. So I'm gonna have the thing turn around, and it looks at you, Commander. It lets out this roar, and gonna spend a threat. Oh God.
Well,
4 successes.
Yeah.
Well,
perhaps it won't be the Doc and Rugan, but the captain who gets stuck there with the skeleton.
I don't know what to do because I need to finish this, but you guys are sucking.
No, well, fuck it. I go down. Yeah.
That's
2, 4, 5, 6,
Jesus.
7. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
go down. No
Yeah,
problem.
Captain goes down. Rugan, you're up. Or Rugan or the doctor.
All right,
That's the
let's
right-
shoot at it.
okay, you do that.
Okay, control security difficulty 2.
Bah.
Wow.
I was gonna say I would have spent some threat to do that because I don't know what to do for you guys because I was expecting to have the combat person here for this.
Do we just want to wrap this up?
Well,
like,
Doc,
before the
Doc.
next episode?
Doc, just spend some threat and shoot.
Yeah, I'll let the doctor go next. So
All right.
spend some threat and shoot.
Take 4 threat. Actually, no,
3.
take 5. 5.
What? 5? It's either 1, 3, or 6.
Fine. 6.
Okay, I'll take
Doctor,
it.
you're gonna be rolling 5 dice.
Con-
Okay, what am I rolling?
Control security. I'm changing like all of the rules about this thing because
Well, you got it,
yep.
and
I'm
2 extra.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you hit it with the phaser and it sort of warps a little and it sort of condenses down. And then there's another flash and there is a wide field of light in front of you.
Drag me. Please, drag me.
Rugan, do we go through the light?
Yes, let's do that and make sure to bring the captain with us.
All right.
Okay.
You should carry him because I can't.
All right. You drag him through, and with a flash block, for some reason the captain, doctor, and Rugan are standing in front of you, and there are a lot more people in this area now.
Yep. Captain,
Commander.
you seem to need medical attention.
That would be the case.
I'm sure they have facilities here.
Just take me back to the ship. I'm fine.
If you don't mind, I would also like to go to the ship. I have to change and burn this uniform.
Yeah. you guys are good to go. So,
This is Valak.
So let's go meet with
We
that
have-
Vulcan administrator who's now head of the colony.
We have 2 to beam up on my signal, and I'll put my comm badge on the captain so they can beam him up as well as the doctor.
yep, and where is it? Okay. So the two of
Yep.
them vanish in a beam of light, leaving just you and
Rugon.
Rugan on the surface.
Yes.
Valak.
Ru-
Valak, you see a Vulcan approaching you. It's
hello there.
an old Vulcan. Very old.
Hello there. I am Commander Valak of the USS Hadfield.
Ah, I see. I am the leader of this colony. I am Vamev.
Yes, and this is Lieutenant Rugan.
And he looks at you, Rugan. He reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out a headscarf and hands it over to
Aw.
you.
Regan will take it from me. Thank you very much for keeping it safe.
You
Anything,
should let him keep it.
anything for a friend. If you don't mind, though, would you mind if I had yours?
Of course. Regan is most going to directly hand that one over.
And he raises his hand and he does the Vulcan salute. Live long and prosper.
And Regan will most assuredly return it. Live long and prosper, though it seems you've beaten me to it.
And he nods. Now, it's a little weird having just saved a colony, and now there's this weird little Federation colony kinda out in the middle of nowhere. Kind of odd to imagine how that'll come into play in the world of interstellar politics in the near future. But the Hadfield is slowly drifting off to return to Starbase as it had planned. Starfleet is going to handle this matter internally. They're going to handle how to deal with this colony. I am going to cut to a period of time later, however, because I do want one more scene to happen before we leave, and I'm going to leave it at this scene. Hang on. Not corridor. Where are the officer quarters? I'll use the captain quarters for this one, because Valak would have this as well. Valak, you're in your, you walk into your quarters after this long shift.
Indeed.
As you sit down, something's odd. Just the feel of the room feels a little strange to you. It feels stiff. The air feels stiff to breathe in. And then you look to your left and you see him sitting in this chair. A Vulcan. A Vulcan you have seen before. He's wearing sort of this gray jumpsuit that has horizontal stripes that are ridged. Like these ridged horizontal striped gray suit. Just total bodysuit. And he says, Lieutenant Commander Valak. I believe it is time that we have a talk. And that is where we are going to end Time's Bow.
Fucking section 31. I'm gonna have so much paperwork to do.
Oh!
Stuff